Uh-oh, looks like there's a breaking news bulletin. This just in. Sister snapped. Snapping. Wig snatched. Wag snitched. Snatched.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Topic Change, the only podcast that hasn't cheated on its wife.
I love that.
As usual, I'm your host, Red.
I'm Nicole.
Also your host.
Co-host.
And, man, we have,
no rhythm.
There's no way to explain. This is a thunderstorm of crazy news stories that everyone else has already covered. We are a mile behind everyone.
Yeah, we're not doing too good.
Our notepads have been burned up. There's no notes. This is just off the cuff. We've been binging lots of news stories about Snap sisters and subreddits being hijacked, and
I feel like we're definitely far behind on.
We're far behind on talking about it, but we've watched everybody else talk about it, so now we can tell you about it. We have all
the information, and we're here to share it.
Yeah, we can definitely.
If you missed out on any of it, come to here.
Listen. The tea might be cold, but we can microwave it for you. We are the microwaves of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, before we get into the stupidity that has been taking over the internet, both on YouTube and on Reddit and probably everywhere, how's your week been?
Decent.
Decent, yeah. Game of Thrones has been on a lot.
This Sunday is the final episode.
Yep.
Series finale.
Probably going to be dummy.
Heartbreaking, disappointing. Maybe good.
Maybe bad.
Hopefully good.
Hopefully terrible.
I mean, even all the actors are saying it's disappointing, so...
Well, we don't know for sure.
And they could be lying.
The only way for us to know is once the contracts are terminated, and then it's like, well, now I can talk about the show freely, and they'll probably... At least one of them will make fun of it or something.
Yeah.
Because usually people are pretty professional. Because, I mean, in that kind of world... In the world of Hollywood and stuff, even after, because the reason that they're so highly speaking of it is because they're currently working on it. Mm-hmm. What's his name? Mark Hamill, he was not happy with the way that the first Force Awakens was going or whatever. He wasn't even involved in it really.
Right.
So during those first few panels, he's like, "This is lame. I don't know if I like this or whatever. I only get one scene. That's lame. He was kind of trash talking a little bit. This doesn't feel like the same character." But then when Last Jedi was coming out, he kind of changed his tune a little bit. I love this series so much, and whatever I said before, that was just me being an old man. Yeah, he can't say that kind of stuff just whenever he wants, because then Hollywood's never gonna work with him again. There is a point where that doesn't matter anymore. When you hit big enough, then it's well, you have to hire this guy or girl, or else you're just an idiot. But if you're not one of the top 3 people on the internet, then on the real world, I guess, because the Hollywood is the real life. Mm-hmm. Then you're done for if you even frown at the red carpet event,
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of been our most of our focus has been
Game of
Thrones
and
related content.
Sister
T, Game of Thrones. So basically, we're the most basic people that you know. So, that could be a good tagline, the most basic people you know.
That could be the title for the episode.
Yeah, sure.
I like it.
What else happened this week? Our water heater broke.
Yep,
There's a big pipe, the bottom of it just busted or something, so we haven't had hot showers.
Yeah, we had to stay at a hotel.
Yeah, we took a weekend vacation just to get hot showers. Because cold showers, nobody likes cold showers. If you like cold showers, you're not a human. That's what I've learned.
You might be, but... Alright, so I have a question.
Okay.
Why is episode 1 of every show on Netflix titled Pilot?
Because it's...
That's it.
What do you...
I'm joking.
I'm so confused. No, okay, first...
I just saw the tweet.
I'm so confused. Besides the sister scandals and the Game of Thrones, what else have we been really watching lately? I've been watching Game of Thrones. That's about it.
Yeah.
No. Let's see. Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix.
We've talked about this already.
That's canceled now.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. It's been canceled. What an atrocity that is, first of all.
Devastating.
When shows like Big Mouth that look like a demon spawned it.
Okay, the animation is good. You can't be mean about
it. It's bad. It looks bad.
It's
I'm
just
sorry.
It's not my preferred art style, but it's good animation.
Like I get the idea behind the animation style, or the art style. I mean, where it's like, kids don't look good, so we should make our characters look really gross. But it's like, there's a reason I don't like kids. It's because they're really gross. So why would I want to watch a television show where all the characters have big mouths?
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, it looks unhealthy. Like the characters look sickly in the program.
Yeah.
What have you been watching lately?
I gotta look at Netflix.
Sabrina.
Sabrina. I want to read the full title of it. I just don't want to say like Sabrina only. So.
Sabrina what?
Hold on.
Sabrina.
It's loading.
You are awful at this.
Okay. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Yeah.
Because there's like 3 Sabrina. There's like Sabrina and the Kind of Warm
Sabrina
Adventures.
The Teenage Witch.
Sabrina Goes to Court. Those are my favorite shows on Netflix. But Chilling Adventures, that's a pretty new one, right?
I know. You're so stupid.
Shut up.
Okay, Jonas Brothers. They are back. They've banded back together. I feel like that's
What does that have to do with Netflix?
Nothing, I'm just changing the
Okay,
topic.
Oh, you use your topic tokens that we
Yeah.
introduced last time. Alright, there you go. You use one. You have 2 left. Okay, so Jonas Brothers got back together. I think this is really old news.
It is very old news.
This is like before
least, like,
last
a month.
episode was recorded news.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Okay,
So-
I just saw them on my timeline and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good topic.
So the Joan Brothers,
The Jones Brothers.
that's like a classic thing though. I feel like a lot of things that like when we were growing up they were big are coming back now.
Yeah.
Like in a very high frequency, like even like old cartoons, like Japanese ones, are getting a resurgence. Like there was a Sailor Moon remake recently.
Oh, really?
I think it was last year. Dragon Ball got a new show
Mm-hmm.
and a new movie. She-Ra got rebooted,
yeah.
which is really interesting. I feel like it's a bit of an out there one to pick, but I like it. It matches the. It's a good. I like the way it looks. I like the way. I've only ever because Isabel likes to watch it. I haven't sitting down and watched it myself. It looks like a decent show though.
Yeah, it does.
Like it looks like the show that like you would enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look boring to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jonas Brothers coming back, with all these other things coming back, it just kind of feels like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Like it didn't feel like oh my god, I'm crying. I mean, I guess
I was
never
never really into Jonas Brothers that much, so this doesn't really change.
It doesn't
that for me.
affect you really. Yeah, I mean, I never really. The only song I know of theirs is the Year 3000,
That's a cover.
which isn't even their song.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess it's cool that they're back for the people who like it. Have they made anything yet? Or are they still?
They have released an album.
They have a new one.
Yeah.
Is it called?
I don't know if it was just like a single or a whole album or what.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't really.
Speaking of music, has what's up with all the bands that you follow, like 21 Pilots and Panic at the Disco? Like, what's going on? Is anything new happening or any drama?
Not that I know of.
I heard there was something crazy I saw on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
I saw Debby Ryan.
What'd she do?
There was some leaked footage on TMZ, I believe it's called. The very very low level show. Nobody really knows about it.
Yeah.
Where she kind of she went to Mario's Mario brother.
Oh, dude, really?
She went to his house because he is a real character.
Yeah.
He's a real human being.
Mhm.
They just do really good CGI over top.
What are you doing?
Hold on.
I was looking for something and you made me type Mario.
Let me finish.
Yeah, go
My
ahead.
stupid thing. Okay. Okay. So Mario brother, you see in the footage, Debby Ryan knocks on his door, like politely, like you think like, okay, this is gonna be. This is not funny. Let me finish.
You're
Shut
so
up. Shut up. You can see. You can see that he's like, he's open. He opens his door. It's very early in the morning. He hasn't. He hasn't finished getting dressed yet, even, which is the crazy part. He's still in his he has his morning robe yet. Shut up.
I started, dang it.
So this is stupid. It's just okay. This is not funny.
I'm not even laughing about that anymore.
So he opens the door, you know.
Uh-huh.
He's in his morning robe. He has his coffee. And she just cusses him out. Like, nobody knows why yet. The girl from Jessie, and also Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Debby Ryan, cussed out Mario Brother. And we don't know. I mean, a lot of it was bleeped out for
TV reasons.
For TMZ reasons. Even the original footage that they got sent was bleeped out by whoever recorded it. I don't think it was one of her friends, maybe. We don't know. It could have been Ashley Tisdale, even.
Sure.
We don't know. But what I find interesting is that before he puts his makeup on in the morning, he still looks like he's from Mario 64. And it's really just kind of...
I hate this so much.
So, that's kind of like the biggest drama beside, you know... This just broke, you know. Like James Charles is like his life is saved because of this controversy,
right?
You know, because like Nintendo takes very good care of their characters. I can't keep it up for more than a minute.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
This is
Maybe
insane.
we should put this in the bloopers.
I'm putting this in the.
It's so stupid though. Okay, moving on.
No,
This is the same topic before we did whatever the heck you're doing.
This anecdote.
John Bellion.
John Bellion.
Yeah. You know about him. I told you about him.
Yes, he made the song.
Yeah. He released a single called "Good Things Fall Apart."
Mm-hmm.
It was a good song. That's all. Taylor Swift and Brendan Urie.
They made a song together.
Yeah, and it was also good. It's called "Me."
M.E.
Yeah.
Okay, M.E. exclamation point or period or just exclamation point? Okay.
I think.
So those two songs.
That's all.
Those are the big hits of the internet right now. I know a lot of other artists have made music recently, but we don't follow them.
Logic.
Is
a rapper.
No, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought he was a chess player.
Yeah, he's a chess player. He made an album, and it sucks.
Oh, like bad?
Yeah, it's bad.
Why? What did it?
My personal opinion, I just didn't like.
I didn't know you were like a rap guy.
I'm not, but I like his music.
Okay. Well, I guess you don't like that music.
Yeah, it sucked. It's
Didn't have any rhythm to it.
It was just disappointing in general.
Okay. Is there something you didn't like about it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if it's as interesting as Debby Ryan.
Yeah,
my
that
thing.
was pretty good. Should we talk about Endgame?
Oh yeah. We could talk about Endgame.
Actually, do have an Endgame question.
So it's been about a week since it came out?
About
Avengers Endgame.
So we're gonna talk about Endgame.
Yeah, so this is the spoiler section.
The spoiler, yeah. So you can skip to.
I'll put a time code in. However, whenever I edit this, I'll put a time code in audio form, and you guys can just skip to whatever the time code is.
Yeah, so
I know it's been like 3 weeks or something since it came out.
It's been a while, but it's still fresh enough.
It's still
like,
yeah.
So
it's enough. It's a big enough event that if you somehow haven't seen it yet, I want to respect that and give you a chance to go watch it. So Avengers
here's
Endgame.
your spoiler warning.
Skip to 21 minutes and 19 seconds. Okay. So one of the craziest. I mean, I cannot believe that Thor and Hulk kissed. Like that was crazy. Like I'm very proud of Marvel for accepting this hot take. Yeah. A lot of people were theorizing about it online. Okay, never mind. All right. So what were you actually what did you want to talk about? Besides just the movie itself, like, was there something specific you wanted to bring up, or?
Well, I did have a question based on it, but.
Okay. Well, we're not in the question segment.
Yeah, but we can.
You know what we'll do?
What?
Just bring it up now, and then retroactively we'll mention that we had an endgame question for those who skipped this part.
So this is from Adrian,
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Okay, what?
So from Adrian, your friend, the only person who ever sends us questions.
And Angela.
The only other person who sends us questions.
What are y'all's thoughts on Steve returning back in time? What do y'all think if it was Sheldon?
Wait, okay, you gotta start over.
I wanna read it.
Laughing at the question. Let me read it.
I'll read it, not in her words.
Okay.
What was your opinion on Steve going back in time? Do you think it was selfish or amazing?
I don't think it was selfish at all.
I think it was well deserved.
There are people who thought like, oh, this isn't really a comic book version of Captain America. He wouldn't have done that in this one or in this. This is a different Captain America, you know. He's lived through a lot of bad times. He's done his duty, you know. He was done with this when he first got out of the ice, you know. He was gonna work with the government or whatever because they got him out for a reason. But even after that first movie, after the first Avengers movie, I felt like he was already getting kind of disillusioned with the idea of continuing to be a superhero.
Right.
He didn't like doing it back in the 40s, you know?
Exactly.
So to go through even more and then go through 5 years where everybody he tried to save died, if he got a chance to go back and do what he wanted to do, I think he should have had the chance. And he did take that chance. I don't think... A lot of people are theorizing that he, you know, came through and somehow it's the same timeline. I think he found a different way to come back in time. So he was in a different timeline with Peggy. And then he jumped to our timeline.
As an old man.
And then just came and said, hey.
I think, yeah, that makes sense.
So, that's what I think anyway.
I don't see
And then there's probably a different universe where, you know, he has a kid, maybe. I think Peggy is probably deceased because in Civil War, she was Gano.
Was that Civil War? Yeah, it was.
Not Civil War. It was.
No.
Oh, yeah. She dies at the beginning of Civil War. Spoilers for Civil War.
Oh my god,
dude. So, yeah.
I think it was something that he deserved.
No, but I mean, I don't want to... The only things I really wanted to focus on really were, like, the big stuff. The big scenes.
Like
I like the movie overall.
I think...
This is one of those shows... I like to be... It sounds dumb, but I like to, like, analyze stuff when I really like it, but Marvel movies I usually don't. Like, it's just kind of like I enjoy the story on a slightly deep level. Like, you know, I could try to analyze it, like, okay, like...
You just want to leave it alone.
I just want to kind of, like, let it sit. Like, if there's problems with it, I usually try to, like, okay, whatever. Like, there's a couple of the earlier ones where, like, the bad guy doesn't really have a motivation where it kind of bothers me. Like, what's his name? The guy in the first Iron Man. Obadiah. He doesn't really have a reason to murder Tony Stark. Like, there's no human being would do that. I guess he works with terrorists, but, like, no real-life human would be that comically evil. You know, like, it is a comic book movie, sure. But, like, the later movies show that they very easily can make human villains. Like, Thanos has very human flaws.
Yeah, of course.
The reason he's evil is because he's flawed. I think that's the best way to make a villain is he's a hero who has a very big flaw, which is usually something in the mental area. Be it he has a very strict moral code, or he has a very flawed outlook on life, or like a creed that he lives by that is like, this would be a very righteous thing to do if the end goal wasn't murder everyone.
Of course.
Which it wasn't, like, he didn't see it as murder, he saw it as savior. He's saving the other half of the population. Mm-hmm. Which apparently was sort of good, because I mean, Steve says early on in the movie, like, oh, there's whales in the Hudson River or whatever.
Right.
I think he says.
Something like it.
And it's like, oh yeah, the water is not as polluted because there's less people on the ocean and stuff like that. Which I thought was kind of a cool, like, well, I guess he kind of was right. Like, the Earth itself is getting less polluted because there's less humans polluting it. But on the other hand, like, the towns and stuff, like, there's garbage all over. Nobody's picking up trash anymore because they're so distraught. So
it was like, a win-lose.
It was a lose, like a baby bit of win.
Yeah.
Like there's some guy out there like, heh, looks like half the population needed to die to save global warming. Like, there's someone out there in that universe who said that and then was immediately pummeled. Okay,
you know who said that? You know who would have said that?
Who?
Like, please don't hate me on this, but, okay, you know the actor who plays Five in
Umbrella Academy?
He would have said that.
I feel like he was the one who got snapped out of everyone.
Probably.
But yeah, the fight scene at the end was cool. I like seeing... Something about seeing Captain America, like, fight for so long and for so well against such a tough enemy. Because, I mean, Thanos is a very strong fella, even without the glove. Like, that's something that I don't think a lot of
Especially
people.
in his like younger primer state.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize how strong he is. Because I mean, he fought Hulk. He fought Hulk at the beginning of the movie, and he did. I assumed the Power Stone helped a little bit, but I mean, the glove never like glows or anything. So maybe it was just his own raw force that helped him.
Right.
And obviously, in this movie, it shows that he very much
Is
as strong as you might think.
Right.
And the little like war glaive thing, which I don't remember it being in the comic books or anything, but I haven't read all of the Thanos comic books. You know, it's a really cool weapon.
It is.
So I don't know. I thought it was cool. That's pretty much it, I think.
Okay, the scene where.
What? Did you forget what scene it was?
No, I was just thinking of all this. The scene where Steve gets Thor's hammer
Yes.
is a very good scene.
That is probably going to go down as one of
The best.
most iconic movie scenes. Like with the moment afterwards where he like uppercuts Thanos across the battlefield. That's probably one of the coolest looking attacks in a Marvel movie. Or in any superhero movie, really.
I agree with you completely.
So, let's move on to the question segment. Okay, right. We're in the question segment. So, here's the question segment, the segment where there is questions. As usual, we only have questions from Nicole's friends. If you would like to send in some questions, please feel free to...
We really love questions, please.
For love of God, send us questions. We have... our email, offcialtc@yahoo.com. Our Twitter, @thisistherealtc. And you could DM us on YouTube as well, or leave a comment, and we'll read your question next episode.
Or if you personally know us, you could...
Yeah, you could call me and leave a voicemail.
Text.
Or message me on Discord. Okay, what's the question?
Okay, so I guess I'll start with Adrian, because she actually has a bunch of questions.
Okay, we're going to do like 2.
If the world ended, how do you imagine it to happen?
If the world ended, how would I imagine it to happen?
Yeah. Like right now.
Right now, I feel like it would probably be something involving nuclear war.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think it would just be like, pop, everyone's dead. Like that. Like, somebody hit the nuke button on accident. Or, you know, as we all know, Orange Man bad, Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
He could put a key in and be like... I want to order some chicken nuggets. You know, I don't know. I can't do a good Donald Trump impression.
That was horrible, yeah.
I would have ordered some chicken nuggets.
That was actually pretty good.
I was walking around. It's a little too deep, though.
A little bit.
This crooked Hillary. Kinda?
Yeah,
maybe?
A little. It's alright.
Whatever. Who cares? Orange Man bad, Orange Man good. There's no difference. There's no difference.
Something like that, yeah. For sure.
He puts the nuggets in, but it's actually the key to the bombs. He accidentally launches the bombs, and then the North Korea guy... He says, hey, wait a minute. He puts his bombs, and the Russia guy's like, now's my chance. And then, you know, everybody kills each other on accident.
Well, you know, I think I'm going to have to go with the age-old answer.
What's that?
Thanos.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so he goes in, he says the classic line, I am Thanos. You know, all the toys, you push the button on his chest.
Yeah, and he says,
he goes, Thanos. I am Thanos.
Yeah.
You should have gone for the head. And then, like, little baby blood squirts out, you know,
yeah,
out of the little toy. And he snaps after he said he should have gone for the head, even though he didn't get a wound.
Yeah.
In this universe, in this, like, proposed
he just has to say it.
Of the world
like
he says, because that's the way you turn on the Infinity Gauntlet. Because if you remember in the movie Infinity War, Gamora says, with a snap of his fingers and a quip of you should have gone for the head, he can destroy half of all life like that. You like remember that? Phoenix, please.
The best scene.
Please stop. Our doggy is messing with us. So, what was that? You said Thanos kills everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so that's our 2 answers. Next one?
Alright, I'm going to read this one, and then this is the only one I'm going to read. If you had a celebrity guest star on the podcast, who would it be? I don't think we even need to answer
We don't even
this.
need to answer this question.
And so we are not going to.
We're censoring.
If you don't know, I am disappointed.
Okay, Cole, I want you to read the question again so I can censor it.
Okay.
Oh, looks like that got cut out. Oh, dang it. Well, I guess we're going to have to skip that one because everybody knows the answer already. Anyways. All right, what's the next question?
Alright, I'm gonna go to Angela's question.
Okay, thank you, Adrian, for your questions. Next up is Angela.
Alright, great question here. Name your top 5 favorite games.
Top 5 in any order, or like I have
Any
to
order
list
is fine.
them? Okay. Resident Evil 2, Metal Gear Solid 3 and 2, Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door.
Mm-hmm.
That one is like the jam.
For sure.
And Pikmin.
I like it.
I think if I had only those 5 forever, I would probably enjoy it. Maybe Pikmin 2. I'm not sure. I like Pikmin 1. I like the maps more, I think.
Right.
But Pikmin 2 has some more like fun Pikmin choices. Versus the other one only has 3. You get red, yellow, green. Red, yellow, blue, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dummy head. What about you?
Mine, Resident Evil 4.
Oh.
See, it's funny because we grew up with those, like...
That was mine and that was yours.
Yeah.
Well, I played a lot of Resident Evil 4 also.
Right. Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
I think, Twilight Princess, too.
Twilight Princess?
Uh...
Not a bad one, not a bad one. I was thinking about putting that one up there, but I was like...
You know what? I'm just gonna add it. Spider-Man PS4.
Spider-Man PS4?
And, you know what? I'm gonna go for Paper Mario 2, because it is, like, a really good game.
Yeah, I want to play that, actually. We should,
yeah. Let's rent it on Gamefly.com.
Dude, this episode is sponsored by Gamefly, dude. If you go online and use code TOPIC...
Gamefly.com/topic change.
If you go online and use code
Code
TOPIC...
James.
Oh, no.
I always say use code James.
Dude, I used to always... Okay, anyways.
Yeah. So, that took me way too long to answer.
What's the next question? Let's do one more.
Alright. Thanks, Angela.
Thank you, Angela.
We're going back to Adrian, I guess.
Oh, welcome back, Adrian. Your questions are always appreciated.
Would you rather... This one is in all caps. Would you rather shoot spaghetti out of your fingers or sneeze meatballs?
Rather shoot spaghetti out of my fingers or sneeze meatball. Are they fully formed? That's the question. Or are they kind of like...
She didn't say.
She didn't specify?
No.
Well, let's see.
I would say fully formed meatballs, like shoot out of your nose.
Out of my nose. Okay, so they kind of like... And then they hit it like wherever I'm looking, I guess.
Yeah.
And I can... So is it like I can shoot spaghetti out of my fingers like whenever I want? Is there a limit to it? Is it like a quirk from My Hero? Where like if I shoot spaghetti for too long, I get exhausted?
Okay, you know how like when you're in the shower and you do that thing like with your arm and like
the
water?
Like, yeah.
I feel like it would be like that.
So I have to go like this?
You have to go
I have to have water on me? Is that what?
No,
you have to have spaghetti on me? So then why? Why would that ever? That's not a power.
No,
that's just I have spaghetti on me.
If you have spaghetti on you and any part of your body,
it goes down.
And shooting at
like, is it a projectile? Like is it like can I project like does it have a high speed? Can I hit a person with it? Can I like harm an intruder?
Here's the question I have: is what correlation do these two things have?
What's the other thing?
Shooting spaghetti out of your fingers or sneezing meatballs. That's what I'm saying. Like what?
Oh, I think I had another question. I don't know. I guess they're both Italian in nature. Like spaghetti and meatballs kind of thing. I don't know. That's a tough one because I guess I would go with the spaghetti one because then I would never have to like if I get spaghetti on me, it would just go away.
Off, yeah.
But would I have to do that? Like, would I have to have my
arm
stick your
arm out? No, I think
or would it just no matter what?
No
my
matter
hand
what,
is?
if it's just on your body in any spot, like if you like you're eating, let's say you're eating spaghetti, and you drop a little bit on your lap.
It goes like, up my stomach and then around to my arm and goes down.
Yes.
I don't like that, but I guess I'd like that more than like a fully formed meatball that's like the size of a baby's head coming out of my nose.
I don't think meatballs are that big, are they?
I don't think babies' heads are that small. But I mean, it's funnier that way.
Sure.
Do you have any more questions?
I think that's it.
Okay, well, that was a rapid fire question segment. We usually go in a little more in depth, but I feel like it was kind of...
We didn't have a lot of questions then.
Oh yeah, because we always have so many questions, dude.
You know, this week we only had 4 instead of 5.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. So, be sure to send in questions, like I said, at the top of the round.
We love questions.
We hate questions. Never send them in, okay?
Yeah, that's true, actually. I was just trying to be nice, but...
Okay, back to the mainland. Okay, so... We're saving this one.
Alright, let's just get right into it. ProJared.
ProJared and James Liar out here James Shame Charles. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah, dude.
That's his new name. So
James
these two
Chandler.
boys, James Charles, the
And
prodigal
Cheater.
son, Jared, whatever his last name's irrelevant. Jared
Cheater.
Unfaithful. That's his last name.
Yeah.
Legally changed by the internet. They changed it for him. These two men from two different walks of life have come together and ruined their careers at the exact same moment. Both of them set records for lost subscribers in 24-hour period. ProJared lost 500,000 subscribers in a day. James Charles said, "Hold my wig so they can snatch it for me, sister." And then he lost 1 million in one day. How did this happen? You know already. You have been informed. We can tell you again. So, the way I come to understand it is, the ProJared stuff happened first. He announced on Twitter, moments beforehand, however, while Nicole pulls up the tweet, he blocks his wife on Twitter. He blocks her so she cannot see the tweet he's about to post. The long and short of it is,
The only person I'm following that follows him is Donkey.
Of course. Video Game Donkey shout out. Use code Donkey on our YouTube page for 10% off our subscription.
I like it.
So he tells his entire fan base, "Hey, I'm divorcing my wife. We filed for divorce." Meanwhile, keep in mind, have you pulled it up?
I pulled it up.
"My wife Heidi and I have filed for divorce. I know this may come as surprising and upsetting for many of you, but know that we do this so that we may both seek happiness for ourselves. During this time, you may see a lot of rumors, speculation, and gossip going around. I ask that you make your own observations and come to your own conclusions. I will add that this decision was reached after extensive individual therapy on my part and the couple's therapy together.
It might be.
With that said, this is all I plan on stating publicly regarding this matter. Heidi's privacy, mental well-being, and discretion has always been and will remain my highest priority through all of this. It is my hope that we both exit this marriage with style and grace." That's not going to happen. "I plan on continuing to do everything I can on my part to make this happen. Thank you for your understanding, patience, kindness, and respect for our privacy." So, basically, he posts that.
Blocked his wife.
His wife. Now, I don't know if you heard this. He blocked his wife seconds before, minutes maybe.
No, I don't know if you heard this.
I don't know if you heard.
He blocked his wife right beforehand.
Yeah, we don't know the exact.
Before.
Nobody had a stopwatch time.
No, listen. I don't know if you heard.
Have you heard this?
Have you heard this?
Have you heard that?
ProJared.
He blocked his wife. Yeah. So she claps back. She claps back. She says, "He's been cheating." Do you have the original tweet?
Let's see if I can find it.
Let's start.
Her, at.
Just look up Heidi. I think she does makeup or cosplay stuff. So Heidi claps back as the kids say. She pulls up a receipt of sorts, saying, "Yeah, he blocked me. I don't even know what his statement is, guys." So that's the thing. And she also reveals, I believe, at this time that he was being unfaithful in their marriage. He cheated on her with Game Grumps star. She's kind of like a side character in the Game Grumps universe, the TV show that is Game Grumps.
I wouldn't say she's even...
No, she's not even involved, really. You want to go ahead and... Well, Holly Conrad was the one that... she's also an internet person. She's not as big as everybody else. I
can't find the original tweet.
I figured as much. So, for however long this has been going on, basically ProJared ruined his own marriage and Holly's marriage to Ross of Game Grumps fame.
Game Grumps, yeah.
It's just kind of messed up. Basically, everyone turned on him instantly because there was very obviously proof that he did this. There's also proof that he has been talking to people over Tumblr, soliciting inappropriate images from them, using his fame as leverage. Including minors, of course, because there's no predator out there online who doesn't go for the youngins. That just makes it even worse. First of all, I think he should be on a list somewhere at this point.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the baseline version of it, right? So he cheats on. We don't know how long they were cheating.
It was
a while,
right? At least a few months,
right? But we do know he has been talking to people, anonymous fans. Which there are screenshots of this out there. very, very many, which I will not link to or show. You can go to the ProJared subreddit, which has been hijacked by the moderators. Thankfully, they kicked him off of the moderation team, and they just completely overhauled it. It's just like, oh, ProJared cheated on his wife. He's a scumbag. We do not associate with him. We hate him. And they locked down the subreddit. But the front page does have that
whatever you
library,
want to see,
the library of screenshots that were leaked of him talking to fans and soliciting images from them.
And
so
worse.
now on the eve of this, on the cusp of this insane, groundbreaking, this guy, he's been a member of this Normal Boots community, which is a really big channel, like a what you call it, like machinima. It's like a big studio kind of. He was a really big member of that for a long time, and then he's just he's destroyed. He's lost all credibility.
He lost his verification mark on Twitter.
That's very true. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all across the continent, this is like in Game of Thrones. Like, okay,
different
an
YouTube
episode
content creator entirely.
He also has a controversy that's somehow worse. So James Charles, the boy, the myth, the legend, he puts makeup on his face and he says, "Sister, everybody loves this man." And then it's found out. I mean, I always felt like, because I don't really follow. I'm not a makeup man, so I don't really follow James Charles, Jeffree Star,
and me being a makeup
Tati, whatever, a makeup girl.
Do not follow any of these people.
You don't really care.
I don't.
It's not something you're not like going to BeautyCon.
I do not care
or following
this much
them
about makeup.
Yeah, right?
At all. Like,
and all of a sudden, it's on the trending page. And it's like, what's this? Turns out this girl, what's her name, her full name? Tati something?
Something.
If you know her, you know her. If you don't, it doesn't matter. This girl is a beauty guru. Her name is Tati. And she reveals, basically she's the one who brought James Charles into the light, you might say, of the public eye. And she reveals, this guy's a scumbag. He tried to talk to boys who were not interested in him in any way. The preference was of women. And he was like, you know what, I'm a famous guy, so you gotta be inclined to like me instead. He's done this multiple times, apparently. He's also very manipulative in other ways, apparently. And that was this 40-minute tell-all video expose kind of just it shattered whatever credibility he had, So I don't know. He lost 1 million subscribers overnight.
And it just keeps going.
He's already lost 3 million.
I think he bought
20,000 subscribers in a panic, I believe.
Yeah,
somebody did record this. You can see that on Social Blade. The YouTube, like the subscriber tracking website, kind of like shows you there. Like if you want to look up a certain character, I was gonna say a certain creator's earnings or how many subscribers they've gained or lost or how many views they're having this month. You can see that on that website, and there's a big sharp increase over the span of I think 10 minutes, and that's where the 20,000 subscribers injection kind of came from. It's all bots. And even though he had that, the needle kind of goes straight back down again. So nobody's believing this guy. I don't know how he still has as many subscribers as he does. I know that some fans are like, well, just give him another chance. This way, that way. Which is kind of crazy to me because this is a huge kind of thing,
a huge sister scandal.
This is even worse than well, it's not as I almost, I'm making light of something that's really, not what would you call it?
Not light.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's very heavy subject. Is the Harvey Weinstein stuff. That was huge stuff. He's been doing this for years. He's been manipulating women in the industry of Hollywood because he has power. And I think James Charles was kind of trying to do the same thing.
I'm
except
famous, so
probably on a smaller scale because he's not as
course.
big. But it's still disgusting behavior.
It's a horrible thing
that he just thinks he can go and do. And I don't know how so many people are like, well, it's okay, just give him a chance. That should have been his only strike is this one. Especially because of how long this has been going on behind closed doors. And what I find interesting also, I don't think Tati is entirely free of blame. A lot of people are, how would you call it? They're kind of putting her on a pedestal in a way. I think PewDiePie said this. I'm kind of quoting him a little bit, so forgive me on that. But I think a lot of people are kind of imagining that she is some holier than thou being for revealing this when she knew about it for so long
and kept it a secret.
And she would have continued keeping it a secret. I believe she basically admits this. I'm not going to put words in her mouth, but I'm pretty sure she basically says this has been going on for a long time, which implies she's known about it since it started happening.
Yeah.
And she did nothing to stop it. Which
she did say in the video that she did.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. This is kind of a last straw situation. I'm assuming they were very close friends, so you wouldn't want to do this to someone unless it's kind of a last straw situation. Is putting someone on blast like that on YouTube, which I guess she did quite well. She gained a couple subscribers herself.
She did, yeah.
He lost a huge amount. I'm sure Shane Dawson will clamber onto this one, as he is wont to do.
James Charles sisters moment.
That was a sister moment, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, you're insane.
Restart.
No, that's
Yeah.
it. That's the
Okay.
nope. That's the introduction.
So we're back at it again, even though.
What's up, everybody? This is Philip DeFranco back at it again.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
So we were editing the podcast. You were editing a podcast, and we noticed that James Charles is.
We noticed. Nobody else did. We were just like, hey, wait a minute. There's a new video?
Stop. So yeah, James Charles made a clapback.
That was the most ungenuine thing I've ever heard you say. You made a clapback.
Clapback to Tati Westbrook.
This is the version we're going with now.
Okay. You want to explain the rest?
I'm going to make this very simple because we already missed our deadline again because everybody else has also talked about this too. Because we saw it and we were like, oh, dude, this is going to be like, we're finally going to get, like, people are going to watch our podcast because they're going to get the information from us first because we're going to upload, like, right after the story broke. But
we're too late.
We're too late again. And everybody else has already talked about it. It's been like 2 days and nobody cares anymore. So we're going to give you the quick version. Basically, Tati Westbrook, as you were trying to say.
Shut up.
You Grammy Lynn.
I want to clap back at you.
Do it. Go ahead. What's your clapback?
I was going to literally slap you.
Wow. So, Tati Westbrook, her video was apparently laced with lies.
So was his. Honestly.
So was his, honestly. Let's be honest. They both are big liar boys.
Liars. Okay.
I think
breakdown of the videos. They're both liars. They're both very bad people. All the makeup community people are horrible people. That's it.
Yeah. See, I think
they all are
as
lying.
an aside, I feel like it's both not as bad as it should be. Like, this was blown way out of proportion, first of all.
They could have, like...
They were playing tennis, right?
Mm-hmm.
She launched the tennis ball into the air and then, like, spiked it. She, like, did an anime jump and, like, spiked it down. And then James Charles was like, you haven't seen my full form yet. And he turns, like...
Super Saiyan?
No, not Super Saiyan. He goes, like, ultimate... What's the Naruto forms? I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
I didn't know there was forms.
He goes, like, 9 Fox mode or something. And he activates that, and he like puts the makeup like blooms on his face, and he just like knocks it back, and then the whole arena explodes, and then the rest of the YouTube community is like, what's happened? Who wins? Nobody really like. I guess James Charles got some subscribers back because he was like, she blew everything out of proportion, and I guess because he did try.
Supposedly
to explain,
he tried
like talk to her while
apologize like a million times before.
Posting it
and before she posted anything too, actually. But neither her or her husband would respond to any of his texts or calls.
I don't think honestly, I kind of agree with that. I feel like I wouldn't want to talk to him either. Like, okay, so you made a contract without asking or telling me, and why do you want to go to Coachella anyway for another like? Because you went one more day. Is that what it was? Or was it a whole week?
I think it was like another weekend or something.
Whatever. It's still stupid.
He had boy trouble that ruined the memory of it.
Well, you know what? If you want. You gotta own up to it, man. Just like, okay, I made it. I did the thing. Instead of like, I don't know. I think they're both dumb. Everyone in the beauty community is dummy head. And I can't wait for the next drama, which is gonna be, I think, I'm gonna call it now. I think an indie game developer is gonna like cuss someone out over Twitter, and that's gonna be the next drama.
That's very interesting.
Any random indie game developer is gonna be like, you didn't respect my creative vision, and he like gets banned off Twitter because of it. That's what I think the next drama is going to be.
Interesting. I like that.
All right. So basically, that was all we wanted to add was the James Charles, the 5-second like James Charles edition, because he made a new video and we just didn't talk about it in the original. So we're gonna snap back to the original outro we recorded, and that's it.
And yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, it looks like we're coming in clear. Oh, dang it! I lost the transmission. Okay, so So the long and short of what just happened was we basically lost the last 10 minutes of the podcast to technical difficulties.
Technically lost the whole episode for like...
Technically we lost all... Yeah, and then I recovered the first hour, and then the last 10 minutes vanished. So we're just going to...
Cut it short
in fear of losing content again.
Yeah, so next week we will have a full episode.
Or then maybe should we just stick to like bi-weekly? So every 2 weeks maybe we'll do a video.
We could just try to stay on schedule.
Well, I mean, whatever. So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Topic Change. We kind of stuck to a couple of topics this time, but I hope they were enjoyable to listen to. If you have any questions or concerns, please email us at offcialtc@yahoo.com. Official was taken. We took a workaround. You can also tweet us at this is the real TC. We tweet stupid things sometimes if you want to follow us as well. And we also have well, you never know. I don't know if you know this, guys, but we have a YouTube channel where we post these sometimes.
Yeah,
so you can leave a comment there or on any of the podcast websites that we put this on, such as Podbean or iTunes. I don't know if they have comments. I know you can rate on iTunes.
I don't know if you've heard of iTunes, but it's a pretty cool.
Yo, I don't know if you heard this, dude.
ProJared
blocked his wife moments before. Why? That's not funny.
I don't know. Yeah, so ProJared blocked his wife right before he posted.
Yeah, we'll go into detail about that next episode. Okay. All
right. As always,
don't forget to tell
Markiplier that
he needs to come quickly. We have to get him before the scandal closes in.
Yeah.
Because next month, obviously the schedule, the release schedule for Scandal patches for YouTube the game. Markiplier's difficulty rating as like his campaign, if you play as him, it's gonna skyrocket because it's gonna be like he punched his dog.
Oh, dude.
And that got like leaked, so he loses like half his subscriber base, and he has to struggle. He has to do a couple crying videos to get it back.
I like that.
So before that update comes out, we need him on the podcast, or else we'll lose subscribers. The 30 that we have, which by the way, I'm very appreciative of the 30 subscribers that we have. We love you guys. I know you guys don't all listen to the podcast because we only get like 5 views.
Yeah.
But
we really appreciate it though.
We really appreciate the guys who do listen every week, month, year, whatever it is. So keep listening. We'll keep making more content. For those of you guys who liked the Resident Evil video I made, I'll be making more of those soon. I'm going to do one about Celeste. And for those of you guys who liked the voice acting thing we did, or I did, I guess.
I didn't do it.
About the little coffee cup and the doggy. I'll make a couple more of those soon. Those are kind of just like in-betweeners, which we're going to have a lot of in-between space probably. So if you like those, more are coming. As always, this is Vsauce. Thanks for watching. Just a theory. We should make our outro every other YouTube person's outro.
I like that.
Smashed together in an amalgam of horror.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Let's try it.
Okay. What's Vsauce?
Okay, so
Game theory.
And as always, it's just a theory. Next time on Game Grumps.
Oh wow.
How was that?
I don't know. I hated it.
Okay. Bye.